So, on the Kalamazoo Day, it was a kind of culmination of several events. One of which had been a few weeks earlier when it was cold out. I looked out my back window and I saw that the police had stopped a young black man who looked like he was coming home from work, like a real job, and had just stopped and frisked him. And I didn't hear the conversation, but it looked like the stance, the reactions, the facial expressions. They were telling them that someone nearby had reported suspicious activity in the area, and that he fit the description that was given. And I didn't want to be the person associated with that report by standing in the window watching, so I stopped watching and went back to making supper or whatever I was doing. And a few minutes later, I was sitting out here in the living room floor, and I hear someone fiddling with my doorknob on my porch. And I look out, and there's a policeman on my porch attempting to enter my apartment. He hasn't knocked. He hasn't done anything. He just, I honestly believe, I know how he played it, but what I believe and what I'm not stupid. I know what he was doing. He assumed that I hadn't locked my door, and he was just going to walk into my living room and hopefully provoke a response from me such that he could mistakenly shoot me. Anyway, I felt the need to personally put my touch on the confusion. So I opened the door and I asked, excuse me, can I help you? And in a very firm voice, but not overly so. Kind of like, are you lost? And he said, there's police officers in there already, isn't there? And I said, no. I think you've got the wrong house. And I shut the door. And but he did that to make everybody think that whoever reported this guy, that I'm sure they knew was coming home from work, that they wanted to harass, probably because they had pestered him the whole way home on the bus, and he had some source of inner pride or something that he was able to tune them out, and they wanted to interfere with his ability to tune them out, because they've done that to me quite a few times. Sometimes using the police, and a lot of times using other kinds of people. And so they wanted, when you go to work, you've worked your day, and then you're on your way home, you feel good, you're tired, but it's a good tired. Something that a lot of people here don't have any concept of. And then you're going home to do your own thing, and you're looking forward to stuff. And you've got your brain waves, your brain chemicals are all doing all sorts of things. And they get in there and they shut that down, and they make sure that you can't achieve that state of mind again. They want to keep your cortisol pumping. So then a few weeks later, when I get a knock on the back door, I tell the police officer, I did not call you. I don't understand how you can knock on my door. When I call about things that have really happened, I get all these excuses about why you can't even investigate it. And, if you can go around and knock on the door, you'll stand on his porch because you will smell his meth lab. And then 30 minutes later, and I think it was the tall blonde cop that follows me around that was with Sarah the day she came to my house in the 2nd Street. To be continued.